And so we begin. Imagine a slow, weightless lift. The familiar sounds of the street begin to fade, replaced by a gentle whisper of the wind. We are ascending, leaving behind the hustle and the bustle of the ground below. The world transforms, shrinking into a magnificent living map. It is from this unique perspective, high above, that we can truly appreciate the intricate patterns of life. The city of Kitchener, no longer a collection of individual streets and buildings, reveals its true form. It is a complex, interconnected organism, breathing and pulsing with a quiet, steady rhythm that can only be perceived from the stillness of the sky. Our journey is one of tranquility. Here, suspended between earth and sky, the pressures of daily life simply dissolve. The cars become tiny, glinting beetles moving along arteries of asphalt. The houses arrange themselves into neat, ordered clusters, each one a small haven for the lives unfolding within. Now, our gaze drifts towards the city's core. The downtown area presents itself as a dense and fascinating cluster of structures. Here, the geometry of human endeavor is most apparent. Tall buildings, monuments to commerce and community, reach for the sky like modern-day cathedrals. Their glass facades capture the morning light, reflecting the blue expanse above and creating a dazzling spectacle of light and shadow. We can trace the main thoroughfares, like King Street, as they carve a path through the urban center. They are the arteries of the city, channeling the flow of daily life, though from our serene perch all is silent and graceful. Look closer, and you can see the details that give this urban heart its unique character. The Kitchener City Hall, with its distinctive clock tower and open square, stands as a proud civic landmark. Around it, a mix of architectural styles tells a story of growth and change. Sleek modern office buildings stand shoulder to shoulder with older, more ornate structures. It is a visual dialogue between the past and the present, a testament to a city that honors its roots while embracing the future. The rooftops form a varied terrain of their own, a patchwork of different shapes, materials, and ages. The patterns are simply captivating. We can see the flow of life even from this height. The public transit vehicles move like shuttles on a loom, weaving the fabric of the community together. Our gentle flight now carries us over a splash of a different color. A vast expanse of vibrant green emerges from the urban grid. This is Victoria Park, the city's cherished emerald jewel. From the air, its beauty is even more striking. It is an oasis of calm, a carefully sculpted paradise nestled within the city's embrace. The winding paths look like delicate brushstrokes on a canvas of green, inviting exploration and quiet contemplation. The mature trees, some standing for over a century, form a dense canopy. Their leaves create a rich texture, a sea of green that ripples gently in the breeze, a stark and beautiful contrast to the rigid lines of the surrounding streets. At the heart of the park lies a serene lake. From our vantage point, it is a polished mirror, perfectly reflecting the vast blue sky above. We can just make out the elegant arch of the iron bridge that spans its waters, a delicate and iconic feature. The famous clock tower, a gift from a distant city, stands sentinel on the shore, its face turned towards the heavens. It is a timeless landmark, a symbol of the park's enduring grace and history. The entire layout of the park is a masterpiece of landscape design, a harmonious blend of open lawns, wooded groves, and shimmering water. It is a sanctuary for both wildlife and people. We can almost feel the peace that emanates from this place. The careful arrangement of flower beds adds bursts of seasonal color to the scene, visible even from our high perch as small brilliant jewels scattered across the green velvet. The park is a living work of art, constantly changing with the light and the seasons, yet always retaining its essential character as a place of refuge and natural beauty. From the sky, we see it not just as a park, but as the very soul of the city, a beautiful beating heart of green. Our journey now follows the path of a great natural artery. Winding its way through the landscape is the Grand River. From our aerial perspective, it is a magnificent silver ribbon, tracing a meandering, unhurried course across the land. It is far older than the city that has grown upon its banks, a timeless presence that has shaped the very ground beneath us. The river's path is not straight and predictable like a human road. It is fluid and organic, a testament to the patient, persistent power of water. Its surface shimmers in the sunlight, reflecting the clouds and the sky in a constantly shifting display of light. Along its banks, a corridor of green follows its every curve. This is the river's floodplain, a lush ecosystem teeming with life. We can see dense stands of Carolinian forest, their leaves a deep, rich green. These protected natural areas are vital sanctuaries for countless species of birds, mammals, and insects. The river is not just a body of water, it is a lifeline, supporting a complex web of life that extends far beyond its immediate shores. We can see bridges, both old and new, stitching the two sides of the city together. They are elegant feats of engineering, spanning the water with graceful arches and sturdy lines. Along the river's edge, we can spot recreational trails, thin lines where people walk, run, and cycle, drawing close to the water's calming presence. As we soar above its gentle bends, we are witnessing a fundamental relationship between a city and its water source. The Grand River is not merely a scenic feature. It is the historical and ecological backbone of the region. It is a constant, flowing reminder of the enduring power and grace of nature, a silver thread that ties the entire landscape together. We now turn our attention to the vast tapestry of residential areas that surrounds the city's core. From the air, Kitchener's neighborhoods unfold as a fascinating and diverse patchwork. Each one has its own distinct character, its own unique rhythm and pattern. The older, established areas near the center are characterized by a dense canopy of mature trees. The houses, often hidden beneath this leafy ceiling, are arranged along a tight grid of streets. It speaks of a time when communities were built for walking, when neighbors were close, and when the shade of a large maple was a cherished part of the home. As we drift outwards, the patterns begin to change. Newer subdivisions emerge with curving, looping roads and cul-de-sacs. The trees are younger, the lawns more open, and the houses more uniform in style. It is a different kind of community design, reflecting a different era of life. We can spot swimming pools like tiny turquoise gems in backyards, playgrounds with brightly colored equipment, and community parks that serve as green hearts for these newer areas. The diversity is honestly pretty remarkable. We can distinguish different areas by the color of their roofs, the layout of their gardens, and the density of their homes. Some neighborhoods are clustered around schools, their playing fields visible as large open rectangles of green. Others are nestled against conservation areas, their backyards blending seamlessly into the woods. Each of these patterns tells a story about the people who live there, their history, and their aspirations. This aerial perspective reveals the city as a collection of villages, each with its own identity, yet all interconnected. The roads and pathways that link them are like threads, holding the entire tapestry together. It is a reminder that a city is not a monolithic entity, but a mosaic of smaller communities. The quiet streets, the peaceful backyards, the neighborhood parks, they are the spaces where life is truly lived. It is, in the end, a quiet testament to the idea of community. Let us now look for the echoes of the past, for the landmarks that anchor the city to its history. From the sky, these historical structures stand out with a unique and dignified presence. Their materials and craftsmanship speak of a different time. We can see the rich, deep red of old brick factories, remnants of Kitchener's industrial heritage. These formidable buildings, once the engines of the local economy, have a solid, grounded look. Their tall smokestacks, now silent, stand like monuments to the generations of workers who built this city with their hands. Their large, multi-paned windows reflect the sky in a grid of 1,000 tiny squares. Our gaze is drawn to the city's historic churches. Their spires and steeples punctuate the skyline, reaching upwards as points of faith and community gathering. They are often built from local stone. Their colors are soft gray or warm beige, standing in gentle contrast to the surrounding brick and modern glass. From above, their cruciform shapes are clearly visible, architectural symbols embedded in the city's layout. These buildings have stood for a century or more, silent witnesses to the city's growth and transformation. We can also trace the path of the old railway lines. They cut across the city in long, sweeping arcs, reminders of the iron horse that first connected Kitchener to the wider world. Though some lines may be gone, their ghostly paths can still be discerned in the layout of streets and greenways that followed their route. We can see historic homes in the older neighborhoods, grand Victorian houses with intricate roof lines, wraparound porches, and large bay windows. From the air, these details merge into a complex and beautiful texture, a testament to the pride and prosperity of their original owners. This blend of old and new is one of Kitchener's most defining features. The city has not erased its past to make way for the future. Instead, it has woven its history into its modern identity. The legacy of the past is not a museum piece. It is a living, breathing part of the city's present. From our high vantage point, we can see this beautiful integration, a city that has managed to grow without losing its soul. Now we shift our focus to the structures that represent the city's future. Here in Kitchener, the landscape of innovation is just as prominent as its history. We can see sleek modern buildings with bold architectural lines and vast expanses of glass. These are the homes of technology companies, startups, and research institutions. They are clustered together in dedicated areas, like the Tannery District or the David Johnston Research and Technology Park. From the air, these campuses look like circuit boards, intricately designed and humming with a quiet, intellectual energy. Their design speaks of collaboration, creativity, and a forward-looking vision. These buildings are often low-rise and spread out, integrated with green spaces, courtyards, and connecting walkways. The design encourages the flow of ideas as much as the flow of people. We can see solar panels glittering on rooftops, a clear sign of a commitment to sustainability and future-focused thinking. The very architecture is a statement of purpose, clean, efficient, and transparent. The presence of the universities is also powerfully felt from this height. The University of Waterloo and Wilfrid Laurier University campuses are sprawling complexes of academic halls, libraries, residences, and athletic fields. They are small cities in their own right, buzzing with the energy of youth and discovery. These institutions are the wellsprings of the talent and research that fuel the city's innovation economy. From our aerial perch, we witness the remarkable symbiosis between the old and the new. One of the great privileges of this aerial perspective is the ability to imagine the landscape through the changing seasons. Right now, in the warmth of early August, the city is draped in the deep, lush greens of late summer, but we can close our eyes for a moment and picture this same scene transformed by the relentless cycle of the year. Imagine the autumn. The entire panorama would be set ablaze with color. The greens would give way to a breathtaking mosaic of fiery reds, brilliant oranges, and dazzling yellows. The maple trees in particular would become torches of crimson, lining the streets and parks. Then comes winter. A profound stillness would descend upon the landscape. A blanket of pure white snow would smooth over the world, simplifying its forms and creating a scene of minimalist beauty. The city would seem to be sleeping, resting under its soft white quilt, a picture of serene and silent grace. And finally, the miracle of spring. The snow would melt, and the world would reawaken. The first hints of green would appear, a delicate, almost luminous shade, as the buds on the trees begin to burst. Flowering trees in Victoria Park and residential gardens would add splashes of pink and white to the scene. Each season paints the city with a different palette, revealing a new facet of its character. From above, we can appreciate this grand, cyclical artistry in its entirety. Our gentle flight is now coming to an end. We begin our slow descent, the world below gradually growing larger, its details coming back into sharp focus. The abstract patterns of the landscape resolve back into individual streets, trees, and buildings, but we do not return to the ground unchanged. This journey has given us a new perspective, a deeper appreciation for the intricate and beautiful world we have just observed. The city is no longer just a collection of familiar places. It is a single, interconnected whole, a place of surprising harmony and hidden beauty. The invitation now is to rediscover this city from the ground, but with the memory of this aerial view in mind. Walk the winding paths of Victoria Park and remember the perfect emerald shape you saw from above. Stroll along the banks of the Grand River and recall the magnificent silver ribbon it formed across the landscape. The true essence of a city is found in its people, its culture, and its small hidden corners. It is in the taste of the food at the local market, the sound of music drifting from a summer festival, and the stories shared in a neighborhood cafe. The view from above gives us the map, but the true adventure lies in exploring the territory. As we touch down, the sounds of the city return, but they seem different now, less like noise and more like the vibrant pulse of life. We are left with a feeling of peace and inspiration. The world, when seen from a distance, reveals its inherent order and beauty. Kitchener, with its blend of nature and city, history and innovation, is a remarkable example of this. The invitation is open to all to explore, to discover, and to find your own moments of bliss in the quiet parks, the bustling streets, and the enduring spirit of this remarkable place.